Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, I am Valerie, the owner and founder of The Wonder and Travel. This is my travel agency. We're gonna be talking all things travel in this channel. I am still new to this, so I have no clue where to look at, but I think I got it figured out a little bit. Let's see. Today I thought we can talk about my top 5 Puerto Rico beaches. This is one of my favorite things to do, is talk about Puerto Rico beaches. So if you guys haven't already, subscribe. What are you doing? Let's hang out. I'm gonna be doing all travel vlogs, travel tips, travel talk, itineraries in this channel, and I would love to hang out with you some more. So if you guys want to know about my top favorite Puerto Rico beaches, just keep watching. I do want to start with a little bit of a disclaimer. If you guys are going to go to these beaches, make sure to respect the locals, make sure to respect the beaches themselves, make sure to respect wildlife, and pack in and pack out. Starting off with Mar Chiquita. Mar Chiquita is one of my favorite beaches in Puerto Rico. It is a cove-like beach. It is absolutely stunning. I consider this to be almost like a mermaid pool. It is so absolutely beautiful. It does get a little bit crowded during the weekends, just like any of these super accessible beaches. It is a little bit more of a rockier entrance, not necessarily sandy, and the current is really strong. Please be so careful when you visit this beach. It is notorious for it to have really strong current. So if you're gonna get in, just make sure it's a very calm day and that you stay within the shore and not super deep. I know it's very tempting to go swim in the mouth of the cove in a sense. Please do not do it. However, it is a stunning beach. Highly recommend Mar Chiquita. Another beach is Playa Los Tubos in Manatí, and I love this beach so freaking much. I cannot describe to you how amazing this beach is. It is absolutely stunning. The sand is absolutely golden and soft and is so beautiful. The water is insanely clear. I love this beach so much. If you want something more secluded-ish, but it does get packed during the weekends, again, because it is a pretty accessible beach. Again, please be extremely careful going to this beach. All these beaches are on the north coast. I am notorious for liking these beaches because of how rough they are. Are some of them calm? Absolutely. The north coast in Puerto Rico is notorious for its currents and how strong the water is. So please be careful when you go visit these beaches. Make sure you're a good swimmer. Be very mindful. However, every single time I go, I'm able to go in and swim and have a great time. I am a relatively good swimmer. Be very mindful of what the officials are saying, how the weather is. But again, Playa Los Tubos is one of my favorite beaches of all time. It is absolutely stunning and the water is just absolutely insane, and it is very accessible, like I said, so you don't have to trek or hike anywhere to get to this beach. Another one of my favorite beaches is Surfers Beach. It's right next to Survival Beach, and Survival Beach, you do need a hike. It is stunning. However, it is a little bit of a hike to get to it. If you want something more accessible, I do love Surfers Beach. It is more of a rocky, pebble-like beach. However, the water is so freaking clear. It's insane. I love this beach so much, and people do surf, hence the name. So I absolutely love this beach, and what am I gonna say? Be careful with the current, guys, but it is stunning, and I did stay in the water for a very long time, and like I said, you just need to find a good climate day, and they're pretty calm for the most part. Just for me to get a little disclaimer out there, just be careful getting into these north coast beaches. All of these beaches are on the Atlantic Ocean side of Puerto Rico, so just keep that in mind as well. Another one of my favorite beaches is Punta Borinquen. Punta Borinquen feels like Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, you literally just crash the Black Pearl into the sand, and this is where you're gonna be hanging out until you get rescued by Orlando Bloom. Like, that's literally how this feels. The water is out of this world blue. It is insane. However, out of all the beaches, this is the strongest current one. So please be careful. If you guys are daredevils, you guys are probably like, yes, I love this. Please, I am not joking around. This was really rough. The waves were really fun. We were in the water for a whole hour, guys, so it can be done, but we are careful. We do stay within the shore, and we are good swimmers. Punta Borinquen is absolutely stunning. One of my favorite beaches of all time. There's no words to describe. You guys have to see this beach in person. It is like Gatorade water blue. It is so pretty. I'm gonna be a little bit of a basic B right now, and I'm gonna say the Crash Boat. Crash Boat is so nice. I know it's very touristy now, but it is is so freaking nice. The sand is so beautiful. You can snorkel there. The water is so pretty. And there are so many things to do now because it is touristy. Food and water sports. Like, there's so much to do there. Just highly recommend Crash Boat. It's beautiful. The water is a little bit calmer as well because it is more on the west coast of the island. It's still the Atlantic Ocean. You're starting to get a little bit more of that protection from the island. I highly recommend Crash Boat. I love Crash Boat so much. If there were only 5 beaches to visit in Puerto Rico during my time there, I would absolutely add this to the itinerary. So yeah, these are my top 5 Puerto Rico beaches. I know I've talked about this before, but I feel like I needed to put it in a long form because I absolutely love to talk about Puerto Rico beaches. It's just something that I'll never get tired of talking. And the more that I go, the more my options kind of change. So I would love to know, have you guys been to Puerto Rico? And if so, what are your favorite Puerto Rico beaches? I would love to know. And again, disclaimer, pack in, pack out, be respectful to the locals, the wildlife, the land, and be very, very careful with the currents in the North Coast. And if you guys haven't already, subscribe. If you guys want me to plan your Puerto Rico trip or any other trip, the link is always in my bio. Bye.